up, everybody? Welcome back to another Frozen in Time. I know it's been a minute. Um, who we with here today, man?
Man, I go by the name of Gods the Dawn. I am a nerdcore artist, hip hop artist from Fort Worth, Texas. Also a part of the collective known as Rumbleworld. Great
hmm
to be here today, man.
Man, so here's the crazy part. This is the first one where someone's asked me to be on an interview. Every time I gotta
Yeah,
go out and go ask somebody, guys hit me up and say, "Hey, I think it's time." I had
I
to
think
say
it's about
yes.
that time. Yeah, man,
So,
especially since you from Texas, I'm from Texas, and I
hmm
just dropped an album that's all about Texas and shit. I just felt like you would be the right person to have an interview and a conversation with. So
I
I had
appreciate
to
that.
jump
Hell
at the
yeah.
opportunity. For sure, man.
That album, we gonna get into detail. I'm gonna just say that shit was
Oh
top
yeah.
tier.
Appreciate it. Appreciate it.
Man, so like you said, he from Fort Worth. Y'all see by the initials and everything. If y'all don't know abbreviations, I'm from Houston. Uh,
Hmm.
I got issues with Fort Worth sports wise. We're not gonna go into that.
We're not
Uh,
gonna go into that. I'm not a
we,
sports person anyway,
yeah,
so
see, we're not
you
gonna go
got
into
that.
that. All right, let's get started. First and foremost, I have to ask this: your album came out. Is that the
Yes.
last album we gonna see for a while, or are we getting something coming up soon?
So as far as like full length, like more than like EP length projects,
Mm-hmm.
yes, that's all I'm gonna drop for the rest of this year and everything
Mm-hmm.
like that. Y'all still gonna get a couple songs and stuff I actually got to writing today. But as far as like next new project and everything, that's probably not gonna happen until next year at the earliest, and it won't be
Okay.
probably for like the second half of the year.
Mm-hmm.
But, but, I am planning on doing a deluxe for Underground Comedy Chapter 2.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so that is in the works right now. Not gonna say when it's coming out or anything like that, because like I said, I am still working on it, but that
Mm-hmm.
is in the works right now.
Now, speaking of underground comedy too, we gonna hop straight into it. What
Let's
in
do it.
what inspired you making that? 'Cause obviously, you said it's Texas based. If y'all don't
Right.
know, Gods is the biggest. He is Texas artist in one whole. If there is probably the only Texas artist that represents as well as he does when it comes to text, when it comes to nerdcore. I think Chris
Mm-hmm.
Craig doing a little bit too. I fuck with that,
Chris
but
Craig.
God's the one I see for the most part, and which I appreciate. But
Absolutely.
what kind of inspired you
So,
to go and say, yeah, there's gonna be a Texas-based album?
because this is chapter two,
hmm
so this is obviously a sequel to the first underground comedy I did back in 2020.
Was it one?
22, 21. It was a little while. It was a
hmm
while ago. I think it was 2022 or 21.
hmm
Um, when I made that project, that just came together just because I was just really mad during that time. Like I was just
Fair.
mad at just a lot of shit. I was just in a bad place, and I just kind of just gave into the negativity and everything, and was just rapping on just like grimy southern rap
hmm
beats because it just felt right and just a way to get some shit off. The with this one with this new one, I wanted it to be a lot more focused
hmm
because the first one has like 18 tracks and this one has like 12, 13. So
hmm
it's a lot less, it's a lot more focused, it's a lot more concise. But with that, I feel like there's also a lot more variety around it.
hmm
And the idea when putting the album together and putting the project together was to make basically like, what if I did a nerdcore album that came out during like the early 2000s kind of
hmm
deal. And so I kind of wanted to give go for that vibe, that aesthetic, as far as like the like you even look at the cover and it's got that old school feel to
Yep.
it. You hear some of the beats and the samples and just kind of like some of like the verses and everything. It's very much kind of gives that old school kind of feel of just like cruising around to just a dope ass just southern rap album that you can just ride out to, listen to some cool beats and listen to some cool rap. So that was the inspiration, was just like if a nerdcore album came out from the south in the early 2000s,
What would
what
it
would it
sound
sound
like?
like? Exactly.
You have one that get. I heard this on a reaction stream because I heard the album when it first came out.
Mm,
Obviously, I
mm,
listen to a lot of music, so
for sure, for sure.
so.
You
But
locked
when
in.
you send me to a reaction stream and you send me "Get Booked," I go,
Yes.
"This is the most Texas-based track I have heard in nerdcore at all."
You literally, I remember you literally messaged me that too, and yeah,
Yeah.
that was like like I was kind of saying, I just like I wanted to take because I love it when like rappers and hip hop artists are able to take kind of like older tracks or
Hmm.
whatever, and then like revamp them for the modern day. I feel like especially like in the recent years of the 2020s, a
Hmm.
lot of rappers have been doing it. Like Glorilla's done it,
Hmm.
Denzel Curry's done it. There's been a couple other rappers that have done it as well. So I kind of wanted to incorporate that as well with this project and yeah, just make
Hell
something
yeah.
so undeniably Texas and Southern.
Now, speaking of Get Booked, I gotta ask this because we was just talking about him. How late was Galaxy when he came to his verse? Was he really late, or is he on time with his verse?
He was so I kind of figured that it would take some people a while because this is the most features I've had for any
Hmm.
project ever, and so I definitely made sure to give him. I was like, I know you got school and stuff, so I'm gonna send you this like months before I actually need it. And he got it done like a month before I actually needed it. So he did meet the timeline, but I also made sure to give him like
Like the
a
most.
lot, yeah, just the most time to because I was like, I gotta have him on the project. I have to have ASAP and him on the same song, the Hydro Planet duo, because it's inspired by
It's
Sonic and by
mhm.
Knuckles. You know what I mean? It would have felt wrong to not have them be on that track. So I was like, I'll give y'all as much time as y'all need so I can have the Hydro Planet duo.
We still ain't getting
Give y'all new
hydroplated
Hydro.
too.
Yeah, we still ain't getting Hydro Planet
Still
too
ain't
yet.
getting it. They lying to y'all. I'm sorry.
I was like, I'll give y'all a little taste with this song, but that might be it for a while. I don't know. You're gonna have to ask them about that.
Man, only reason I say that is like I said earlier, Galaxy. It's just funny to mess with Galaxy. Because I
Mess with Galaxy.
guarantee I'm gonna get a text message after this.
Yo,
After he
Galaxy, if
sees
you
this.
seeing this, fuck you, nigga.
Yeah, man, fuck you. Not playing. But all right, so I want to hop before we get into the album, which is one a big
Mhm.
thing that I really did want to talk with you about because I did love the album. The album was one of my favorites I dropped. I want to
Appreciate
talk
it.
about with you prior. You're in Rumbleworld.
Yes, sir.
I believe it's I'm trying to remember who's all in Rumbleworld. You, Survey, Jamar, Jaren, Audie, Marcel, Galaxy, I guess. Who
Smoke,
Marmalade, Smoke.
Marmalade,
Am I missing anybody?
and I think you got everybody. I'm gonna look like
Make,
a real shithead if I don't remind you.
yeah,
No, but I think as far as like the artists and everything, because we do
yeah.
also have his name's Esker.
Uh huh.
Exker, he's our video editor.
Oh
And
yeah,
then we
yeah,
also
yeah, yeah.
have a guy named Ari Essie who does like some of our like cover arts and thumbnails and stuff. But I think as far as the artists, you got everybody.
Okay, for sure. Make sure you go follow them
Yeah,
at all, and they all fucking most
yeah,
of them probably have interviews and shit.
yeah. And they all dope as fuck. Those are my guys. They're all
What
talented as fuck.
what was your kind of? Because I asked Savate about this, and obviously he said it was gonna be a long ass answer. Hopefully it's not the same with you. What was kind of your introduction towards Rumble World, towards entering this type of scene? Because obviously, I'm gonna be
Yeah.
honest with you, Texas, when it comes to nerdcore, y'all, I'm gonna be honest with you, it doesn't happen a lot in Texas. There's maybe 10% max that listen to nerdcore
Maybe.
in Texas.
Yeah. Yeah.
So what was your kind of introduction to nerdcore, introduction to Rumble World, and all
So
that?
I think my introduction to nerdcore, I think started like technically with 6 seconds,
Uh huh.
like back when he was doing like all like the anime rap and
Mm-hmm.
the Pokemon rap and all that kind of stuff. That was kind of like him and Shofu were kind of like my introduction to the concept of like what nerdcore was. And
Mm-hmm.
kind of like really realizing like, oh yeah, that kind of makes sense. That and like Richie Branson as well,
Mm-hmm.
just because he's been in the scene for so long. As far as when I met Rumble World, there was, and I can't remember who it was that started it, but there was no, that's who it was. It was Game Boy Jones. I think it was Game Boy Jones. He did something called a Geek Cipher, and
Mm-hmm.
it's basically like he made a beat, and then you just like it was like a 50-second long beat, and you just kind of do a verse around like nerdy shit or whatever.
Yeah.
I did one. A couple other people did one. Sabade was one of the other people that did one. So that if I remember correctly, I believe that was the first time that we kind of like met
Mm-hmm.
and started talking and whatever. Because he liked the way I rapped, I liked the way he rapped, because it was kind of like you could tell we were cut from that same cloth as far as
Mm-hmm.
like we were rappers first and like anime fans and stuff second and like nerds second. So from there, through Sabade, I was able to meet everybody who at the time was also in Otaku Underworld. So like I met Galaxy, I met Tevade, I met a couple other people, and then
Mm.
just everyone else kind of came down the line as well. So like Audie, we came across him just because of like he started sampling beats and everything, like all the like anime openings. He was the guy that you would go to get like
Mm.
an anime opening sampled. Jaren I met through a group chat that Callan B had set up, so I met him through there. And then just everybody else, just kind of like, because early days Rumble World, we were very much on SoundCloud
Mm.
more so than YouTube. And so through SoundCloud, that's kind of when we started curating our own little community and just our own little kind of side of the internet that more and more people started coming through. So that's when we met like King Marcel and Marmalade and just kind of Jamar and just all these other cool, super talented people that just kind of
Super
all want to do
talented.
the same
Yeah.
thing. Yeah, man.
Hell yeah, man. Hell yeah, man. Fuck Marcel. I love Marcel.
Yeah. You just got beef with the whole squad, huh?
Nah. Those my dogs, but like,
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
fuck them. Now we're gonna do because I'm gonna ask this now because
Okay.
content wise, it'll be a funny clip.
I got you.
You, my friend, are very very vocal on Twitter. When it comes to this scene, nerdcore, and all that type of thing. So I want your honest opinion. This could be a short answer or a long answer.
I
What
got
is
you.
your opinion on nerdcore as a whole right now, when it comes
So,
to the culture and the fans and the
yeah.
music and all that?
So, as a whole, and I guess I could break it down like as like the culture itself
Mm-hmm.
and then just as the music because I do
Mm-hmm.
feel like
It's
those are
divided.
kind of two separate things that come
Mm-hmm.
together. On the music that side of things, I think it's great, honestly. I think it's great that there's so many different types of artists
Mm-hmm.
and sounds and just backgrounds and everything like and it's just a great way like for people with so many different backgrounds and just grew up in different places and use so many different sounds. It's a great way for people from all walks of life to kind of just come together and just
Mm-hmm.
make music around the same type of thing in a way that's cool and different and just kind of like steel sharpen steel
Yeah.
and all that. That's great and if it was just that, that would be perfect. But the reality of the situation is, and this
Yeah.
is speaking more to the culture side of things,
Mm-hmm.
is that, and this is not me trying to like bring down the genre or anything like that. It's just what I see. It just
Mm-hmm.
is what it is. Because people are from so many different backgrounds and places like that, there tends to be an overlap in a lot of
Yep.
we'll say ignorant statements being made around certain parts of specifically hip hop culture because
Mm-hmm.
nerdcore at the end of the day it did start off as a hip hop genre. It
Mm-hmm.
has I think it definitely has splintered off into like a bunch of different genres now. Like you have like metal and pop
Mm-hmm.
and just all these kind of cool EDM, even just all these cool kind of different sounds within nerdcore. But at its core, it did start off as a
Hip
genre
hop.
of hip hop and I feel like a lot of people in it, not everybody, but I feel like there's a lot of people in it who are also they have a pull, they have an audience, they have influence,
Mm-hmm.
and they're not necessarily the same people that are familiar with hip hop. They don't know the culture behind it. They don't know the background behind it. And it's just like that does matter. Like as much as you want to act like people want to act like that doesn't matter. I personally think that very much matters. I'm very protective of like hip hop as a culture and as a genre and everything. And so seeing the way some people kind of like either talk about the genre or just kind of the whole like, oh, I don't like rap, but I like nerdcore kind of
Mm-hmm.
thing. A lot of times it can rub me the wrong way pretty heavily sometimes. So I love musically kind of what it's been able to build just
Mm-hmm.
because of again so many different types of people doing the same things in their own way. I think that's great. I just think that there does also need to be respect on just the musical side of things of just like
Mm-hmm.
realizing where this came from, like why this means a lot to so many people, why certain things are done this way in the genre and in the culture. And just getting a kind of a better understanding. Basically, just people need to do their homework. Like
People.
just do your
Thank you.
homework. You know what I mean?
Listen,
Like if you're gonna be a music lover, you have to do your homework. There's a lot, and that's just is what it is.
and yeah, and I'm gonna piggyback on that because you've been speaking what I've been thinking for a minute. I ain't gonna lie,
For sure.
but also like people gotta realize. I think you say this a lot with you talk about where people come from and everything.
Hmm.
I'm speaking on Texas because I'm from Texas,
Yeah,
but the stuff that y'all say on Twitter, if you say that in Texas, you either gonna lose respect or you gonna get
yeah,
jumped. Respectfully, that's
exactly.
it's
And
I'm
that
a
just is what it is.
man like because y'all just do too much. Respectfully, I'm not gonna go into
Yeah,
detail. I sent you a message. You gonna look at that and you gonna know exactly what I'm talking about. I'm
I
not
know
saying that out.
exactly what you mean. I
Yep,
got you. I got you. We'll talk off
we're gonna talk
here.
off it. Yep. All right. So now the album. The album.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I'm not gonna lie. So when you asked me this and you said, "How do you want to do this? How do you want to like?" When you talk about talking about the album and everything,
Hmm.
it's the first time that I've really gone in had a fuck did a interview after the album that came out, even though it did
Yeah.
come out about what 3 4 months ago.
Came out back in July is when I
Yeah, so that's
dropped
about
it.
3. Yeah.
So like three
So
months
now
now. Yeah.
we gonna do this thing. We gonna do because you have 14 songs. We're gonna do the
Yes,
first
14.
7. We're gonna do the first 7, and we're gonna do the last 7, and we're gonna go into detail. Now
Cool.
you did one song that I had a reaction to, Jinsakai. Make sure you go check out that reaction. I did have that. That shit was phenomenal. I'm gonna skip that one.
I love that song.
Uh, that shit's phenomenal. Shout out Marcel for that too. But
Crazy.
so I've 7 star with Yuki was
Hmm.
I want to say because I did my full on listen to it because I do it with all my music people. I do my listen to it full on re listen to on stream today. Uh, 7 star was one of the ones that I saw it. I was very surprised because I was like, this is an interesting combo for an intro song. What was your mind on that? Because it was really good. Frankly speaking, no song of this was less than I'm gonna play it out loud. Less than no song was just less than an 8 realistically. So
Thank you.
what was your plan with you doing 7 star and then getting Yuki on that for the intro?
Yeah. So first of all, I also want to give a shout out to Mox, who I think he goes by Clouds now.
Yeah.
Mox did the beat for that. Shout out Mox slash Clouds. That's my guy right there. He did the beat for it. And I knew I wanted to kind of start it off on some sort of like spacey,
Mhm.
kind of like intro kind of vibes, kind of like a previously on Dragon Ball kind of thing
Yeah.
where it has like that atmospheric Bruce Faulconer kind of
Mhm.
soundtrack playing in the background. I wanted something similar with that with the instrumental, and I think
Mhm.
Mox did that in
He did really
spades.
well. Yes.
We did really well with that, like the knock and just the whole vibe of it. The reason why I got Yuki on it is because Yuki is such a big Dragon Ball fan.
Mhm.
And I knew that she'd be able to kind of provide just like that sort of like bounce and just kind of sauce that I was
Mhm.
looking for. Because anytime I get a song, I'm a rap. I'm a come through with like punchlines and like all kinds of crazy flows and stuff like that.
Mhm.
So I wanted to balance it out with like someone who's like they're still making like slick references and stuff, but they're doing it in a way where it's like a lot more saucy, a lot
Yeah.
more like just kind of catchy and stuff like that. So I had to hit Yuki up to do that. I thought she snapped. Just kind of the way that she flowed and like the way she did her ad libs and stuff. I thought it really
Because
added
when
a
I was
lot to
here,
kind of
because when I
the
first
whole
looked
vibe.
at it, I was like, Yuki's intro. This is
Yeah,
interesting. And then I heard it, and I was like, oh, okay, now I
yeah.
see it. Yeah.
Because you see
Nice.
that and you're probably like, what does this sound
Yeah,
like?
yeah. Because y'all are good. I think y'all had a couple songs together, I believe, right? Or I don't
We
think it's the
have,
first
I
one.
know we did a song on me and Asaph did a EP Underdogs
Yeah,
back in 2023, and she was on the intro for that song too,
yeah.
which is kind of crazy.
So
Yeah.
that's why it was a good one. Now, what really surprised me was the start of God with Chris Craig. Shout out
Okay.
Chris Craig. We got to get one
Shout
going.
out.
We schedule's been fucking us up. But that intro start was very. I'm gonna play. I don't want to play it out loud. Uh, was very. It surprised me because when I first saw this, it was very much. I was like, "Ooh, they're finna start off just go." And
Mhm.
then that first one was like, "Okay, okay, now we go." So what was like? What was the plan for that second song? 'Cause the second one, my opinion, as a listener, as like equally as important as an intro.
Definitely,
So,
definitely. So, yeah, God. That song was actually the first song that came together
hmm
for the project. I think I wrote the whole thing in like 30 minutes. I just something about that beat and just like the kind of general vibe I was going for. It was just real easy to translate it from my brain to the pen to the page.
hmm
Um, and with that, yeah, it's like you said, it's kind of like first song, Seven Star was like the intro credits. God
hmm
is kind of like the first like action scene, so to
hmm
speak, of like your movie or your anime or whatever. And so I just wanted to make sure, and I got Chris Craig on it because if there's one thing Chris Craig's gonna do, he's gonna flow his ass off.
hmm
Like he just and he's from Texas, so
hmm
like I figured it made sense to like if I'm gonna do a Texas inspired album and if I'm gonna really rap on this song, I got to get someone on here who can really rap who's also from Texas, just to kind of like set it off as like, hey, this is gonna be a vibe, but also like we here to rap,
Yeah.
kind of thing as well. So just kind of showing that right at the beginning, like that's what this project's gonna be.
This the good thing is that what I really love is the transition is because
Mm-hmm.
that type of energy into your song with Astrofusion 25 and everything,
Yeah,
that
yeah.
little it kept like the same. I love when you did the episode part because like the action scene came in and then we cut to another action scene right afterwards.
Pretty
So
much.
that's why. So was that kind of the same feeling with 25 as well? Was it kind of like I just want to keep on that same type of feeling, or was there like maybe me, Omega, and Tyrese can just go that same path, but a little bit like took a little curve on the right on that type of path?
Yeah, yeah, definitely with 25. I still wanted to keep it Texas, very
Yeah.
Texas. And obviously with the sample and everything and with the features I got on it, um, that's they're like Astrofusion, Omega Red, Taiweezy, they're Texas as fuck. That's where they
Very much
from.
so. Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then just that sample, iconic sample. So I just wanted to be able to with that song. It was definitely that's one I wanted people to be like just ride to, like
hmm
very much a vibe that you can ride to, but still include like in my verse. There's bits of like storytelling in there,
hmm
bits of like punchlines and stuff in there as well. So just making a banger, just making a chilled out banger that is Texas as fuck, includes Dragon Ball references in there, so that way it still has that nerdcore feel to it, and just making a just really having fun. Really was
For,
kind of the big point of that song, and for most of this project in
hmm
general, this is probably the most fun I've ever had putting together an album. And I just kind of just something to
for
ride
all my,
out to,
for all my people that have not been to Texas and you want to feel like what Texas is like, this is the album. Because
This is the album.
damn it, he just explained the northern Texas part of Northern Texas really quickly on that one.
Mm-hmm.
Just chill out and ride. Southern Texas
Mm-hmm.
is dapper.
Good luck.
Yeah, Southern
Oh,
Texas is
damn
good
it.
luck. Now, like I said, we're gonna skip Jinsakai because I did a reaction. If you want to hear me break down that song, go to the reaction link in description if I
I
remember
love
to
that
put it in
song.
there. Uh, Now, but like I said, when it came to because hearing that song again, especially with Smoke, shout out Smoke, that's my dog. I'm going to
Smoke.
Pittsburgh next summer.
Oh, that's
Hell
what's
yeah,
up. That's what's up.
we're gonna go out there. But that one really felt. I'm gonna be honest with you. That felt really Southern Texas. That felt
Mm-hmm.
really like I-95 type Texas.
Yeah, yeah, very much so.
So
And no, go
no, go
ahead.
ahead. No, you go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Yeah, I was just gonna say with that. First of all, shout out to Aaron Kami for the beat on that song. I knew I needed. There's just no other way to put this. I knew I needed a beat with some ass, and that beat, like that's just the best way to describe it. Like just a
Yeah.
really bass heavy, like just knocks in your ear. The 808s are going crazy, the drums are going crazy, and I just needed just high energy, just like you're in a club going crazy kind of deal. And if there's one thing, the reason I got Smoke, if there's one thing that my boy Smoke has, it is energy.
Mm-hmm.
That that boy is like an Energizer bunny on the mic, and he came
ADHD in a
through and
bottle.
he did. Yeah, no, for real, man. No, for real. Like I've never, because I've spent whole days and like days upon days with
hmm
Smoke, and he's just always got energy, and I love it, and I try and thrive off of it best I can,
hmm
even when I'm exhausted. So I knew he had to be the one to get on that track just because of how how loud it was, how energetic it was, and just how hype it was. And I think he slid. I think he
He
slid as
did.
an
He
East Coast
definitely
cat.
did.
He did what
Yup.
he had to do.
Now, I'm not. We already talked about Get Buck. We talked about with Hydro
Mhm,
Planet and all that type of thing. So I'm gonna take a little break on the album for a minute,
for sure,
and,
for
and
sure.
I'm gonna go. There's a question from the audience.
Okay.
Dean reacts has a
Shout out Dean.
question. Shout out Dean.
Mhm.
Go find the damn tweet real quick. But it was very much a you perform live all the time. You're very much you perform live a lot. Not necessarily all the time, but you perform a lot.
I wish all the time, but
And
I
yeah,
perform live off.
you have a lot of live experience. I believe you're doing the Nerdcore charity concert, right? I
I
believe so.
am doing the Nerdcore charity concert. Be on the lookout for that October 26th.
Mm,
Dean did great work putting that together. Love that guy.
hell yeah. Now, how much has the live performances helped you in terms of making music?
Oh man, definitely performing live. It causes you to think differently as far as like how you put certain songs together
Mm-hmm.
because you got to realize like okay, given the situation, it's probably just going to be me, this microphone, this sound system and an audience.
Mm-hmm.
How can I like get the audience to vibe with me as quick as possible with this song? And so anytime I do right now, I am 100% always like conscious of like, oh, I think this part here, like this part leading into the hook here, I think, people are gonna fuck with that. They hear
Mm-hmm.
that, or like, oh, this is the part of the hook that the audience is gonna repeat the most. And so just kind of like it's definitely caused me to be more conscious of like what I think people are going to like.
Mm-hmm.
And the other thing is like it might not work for one specific audience, but it might work for a different crowd or
Mm-hmm.
whatever. Because I've done some shows out in Pittsburgh where it's like very much a rap heavy kind of show, and so I'll do a certain type of songs for there,
Mm-hmm.
and then I'll do like festivals and stuff where it's like more family friendly. I can't curse, so I'll do some of like my more like kind of pop kind of
Mm-hmm.
oriented
Popish.
songs,
Yep.
like the cleaner song. Yeah, my more popish songs that I got. Because I know that like that's what the audience is gonna mess with the best, and it's also gonna
Mm-hmm.
be easiest to to perform censorship wise.
Fair. Yep.
Yeah. And because I know a thing in nerdcore as well as I feel like a lot of people try and make their songs sound like really big and cinematic and everything like that, which is fire. And I
Mm-hmm.
definitely have some songs like that as well. But you got to think with this big cinematic kind of like orchestral opus that you got going on, can you perform that live? Like,
Yeah.
can you take that same song that it pairs up with the video, the A and B and everything, and it looks wonderful and it's a great experience? Can you take that same song and that same concept and translate it to where it's just you on the stage performing it for a bunch of people who probably
Mm-hmm.
don't even know what you're rapping
Yeah.
about or singing about? So that's kind of how I try and think of it now. It's just like be conscious of like I think this is what's going to be the most catchy, or I think they're going to sing along with this, or oh, this song is good for this particular crowd, kind of thing is how it always goes in my head now. Anytime I do put something together.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Now, speaking of live shows, when are you gonna have a show down in Southern Texas, man? Show down in Houston,
Man,
man.
man, I've been really trying to get some shows out in Houston. I know there's I gotta link up with some of my get in touch with some old homies that stay out there and see if they can maybe get me some shows or something out there
I
because
might. I
I
might
would
have.
love I would love to be able to perform out in Houston. I
I
would
might.
love that.
I might have somebody. I'm gonna. We're gonna talk later. I'm just gonna say we
We
gonna.
gonna talk later.
I might have somebody that can help with that for sure.
Bet, yeah. Because I remember back when I was in college, because I used to
Mm-hmm.
go to Sam Houston State. So I had a couple shows that were out in Houston. I had like an old group that I was in. It was like me and a couple other artists and rappers and stuff. We were actually kind of like a band too,
Mm-hmm.
kind of thing, which was pretty cool. And so I did a couple of shows out there with them way back in the day. But I would love to be able to come back out and perform
Now
there
I have to
now.
ask with Sam Houston. Is it true that there's a prison like right next door?
Yes, I can
Okay.
confirm the
Okay.
prison is literally like right across the street from the college. Because
Okay.
I was in the school of music too, and like you could literally see the prison from the school of music. Like it's literally in walking distance right across the street from the campus. It's kind of
Jesus,
crazy.
Jesus Christ, Texas. Okay.
Yeah, yeah. Only Texas, right? Only Texas would do some shit like that.
Fair enough. Now, speaking of Houston,
Mm-hmm.
DreamCon's coming next year.
Mm-hmm.
Are you gonna be in attendance?
I've been thinking about it. I've been thinking about it for
Because I'm
sure.
just saying, there is a certain drip tune. I said he's gonna be in there. I'm
Oh,
gonna be
bet,
in there. Bald
bet,
Man
bet.
Delta, he said he gonna try and be in there.
Oh,
So I
bet.
mean,
I might have to try and pull up. It's in Houston too, so like
yeah. See,
that's right
yeah.
there.
Fair
It's
enough.
right
Fair
there.
enough. All right,
Yeah,
now
so you might see me.
needs that. Definitely gonna. I need. Yeah, that's gonna be funny. That's gonna be fun as fuck. Now getting back to you had a song that surprised the shit out of me when I read the feature, and I think you might know who I'm. I want you to guess who I'm thinking of on the feature artist for that album. That would have surprised me.
You thinking about West Side Deli?
Yep. Yep.
Yep. Yep.
Absolutely. I saw that. I heard it, and I go, I know Xander's on this shit. Who the
Hmm.
fuck is this guy? Uh, and I saw the name. That's a name I have not heard in a very
In a
long time.
long time, bro.
Now I have to ask, what was the mindset with like, yeah, I know Xander's gonna get this one. I want Xander. West Side Deli. I'm gonna hit him up and see what happens. Cause that surprised, cause he killed it. I ain't gonna lie, he killed it.
He killed. He
Yeah,
snapped.
he
Yeah.
snapped. But like, what was that like? Yeah, I want to get West Side Deli on this track.
Yeah. So I knew that West Side Deli was he's from Texas as well,
Mm-hmm.
and so a big thing for me was to try and get as many like Texas-based nerdcore adjacent rappers as possible. And I remember while I was working, like kind of still in like early stages, I was like about 25%
Mm-hmm.
done with the project. I saw that he tweeted out, he's like, "Hey, I kind of want to start like making my way back into the community again. So
Mm-hmm.
if like anyone wants to send me an open or anything, like hit me up." And so I put together the song, like the open, for James Gunn, and did my thing on there. Hit him up. I was like, "Are you still?" Because it was about like a week and a half after he made that tweet. So I was like, "I hope he's still doing this." So I was like, "Yo, are you still like doing features and stuff?" And he was like, "Yeah, hell yeah, just send me the open, and I got you." I sent him the open, and I got it back in about like 2 weeks or something. So he did it pretty quickly. He snapped, and then yeah, shout out to Xander Sage. Probably my favorite verse on the album. Like just the way Xander's crazy, man.
Xander
Just
is
the way
yeah.
he's able to like especially like if you know like the comic book shit and everything like that, the shit he was saying in that verse was
Mm-hmm.
crazy. Like just crazy with the way he was like, yeah,
Listening,
yeah. I just
listening back I was like, what the fuck? Oh, okay,
yeah.
yeah. I
I
was
was like,
dumbfounded on that
shit.
one.
Yeah, that's one of my favorites on the project though. Because I love my comic books. I love my cape shit, and I had to just make a song about my love for cape shit.
Hell yeah, hell yeah. Now Texas. Nah, first thing I'm gonna skip 8 real quick. I'm gonna come back to that.
Okay, got it.
Poppin' with Suyo. That was an interesting song. And you know me,
Mhm.
I'm gonna keep it a blunt. Not my personal favorite. Keep it a
For
blunt.
sure, for sure.
That one in Metallic Heart, not my personal favorite. But
Mm.
I see the genre. I see the forte for it,
Yeah,
and it was a very much of a different. It felt like a very different Gods on that one. It felt more, like you said earlier. It felt more like family friendly. Like you could on some
yeah,
of it, yeah.
yeah. No, for real.
So what was that mindset making making those two songs and then getting Suyo and getting Key on that one as well?
Yeah, so for that section of the album, because it goes poppin', caught up, metallic heart.
Yeah.
And so I knew I wanted a section where it's like kind of like old like those old albums back in the day, those old hip
Mhm.
hop albums. They always had like an R&B cut or
Mhm.
like a section where it's like this for the ladies kind of thing. So I knew I kind of wanted to have something similar. So that's how those songs came about. Plus I just like making like more R&B kind of sounding cuts as
Mhm.
well. I love hip hop and I'm always gonna be a rapper and everything, but I love me some R&B and I wish I could actually sing because that's what I would do. But I knew I wanted to make some vibes as far as like just something really chilled out because
Mhm.
before that it's been like 8, 9 tracks of just straight rapping
Yeah.
and just very aggressive. So it's just like, okay, let me give y'all a second to chill out. We got some more melodic cuts here, more chilled out cuts
Mhm.
here, so that way we can chill out before we really get into closing out the rest of the project. Um, and yeah, just Suyo's my guy. Suyo's absolutely my guy. I hung out with him back in May, I think.
Hmm.
Like we linked up a little while back.
He's from
Again,
he in Texas, I think, right?
he in Texas too. Yeah,
Yep.
he's in Texas too. So that's why I had to get him on there because he stayed out in Dallas. I'm not gonna dox him, but I know he stay out there. And so I was like, I gotta get Studio. That's my
Hmm.
guy. He from Texas. This is Texas theme. Boom, boom, boom. Key, love Key. She's the greatest. And I knew I wanted like some really strong vocalists, like just
Hmm.
really strong lady vocals, and she got that. The idea for that song was to kind of make it like Isaiah Rashad and SZA when they kind of do their
That's why,
songs
yeah, yep.
together. Yeah, so that's exactly what I wanted for there. And then we caught up with
With
Ari
Zeta.
Zeta.
Yep.
That's one of my favorite songs that I probably ever put together. Just because of the vibe and just how it all came
Hmm.
together. Shout out to Jaren for the beat. Um, took a Yu Yu Hakusho sample, turned into like this kind of cool, swagged out,
Hmm.
chill beat. Got Zay to do a crazy hook, and then just did what he had to do.
I'm glad you brought up how it was very 8 straight tracks of just rapping, and then that
It's a
little
lot
calm
of
section.
rapping.
Because
Yeah.
the crazy thing is that I had a reaction. I'm gonna call myself out. I'm gonna out myself. I had a reaction to Cynthia with Smoke and Hari.
Okay.
Hari surprised the absolute shit out of me when he was rapping because I've never heard Hari before. And I
Oh,
was
word.
like, and I saw him and I go, that was very shocking. I did not expect that. And I feel like I wasn't the only one, personally. But Hari on that one might have had might have been his second best verse I've heard from Hari.
And
Outside of Seven Deities with Galaxy that just dropped yesterday.
man,
That
go
one
check
was
that out.
insane.
Go check
Yeah,
out Ashura.
go
Yeah,
check out Usher. Go check out my reaction to Usher too. That dropped
go check out that
9 hours
feature.
ago. So, and I'm glad you had that little because Text Technician was yeah, that was one of the ones that you just said fuck it, I'm just rapping because that one
Love
was insane.
Yes, yes, love that song. The title came from it was an album that Mexican OT came out with called Texas
Hmm.
Technicians, and very rap heavy. And if you've heard his music and his phone and everything, you know it's very like rapid fire,
Yes.
crazy, just kind of like the way he flows and everything. So I kind of wanted to translate that over to this song. Um, and I know Hari again, he from Texas, and
Oh, he's from
if
Texas
there's
too.
one, he's from Texas too. Yeah, man, he's from Texas too, and I've known him for a while too. I've known him for some time, way back,
Hmm.
and he's always been kind of the more like kind of chopper flow kind of guy
Hmm.
as well. He's gotten a lot like more. He slowed it down a little bit more recently, and has got way more versatile as well. But one thing I know he could do is he could chop, and he's got them fast, kind of choppy technical flows. So I was like, I got to get him on this. I got to snap because I know he's gonna snap.
Hmm.
So I got to make sure I keep up the momentum and the flow and everything. And just make
Who
sure we
produced
move
that beat?
so fast. I know it's a couple people. One of the co-producers was Natsu Fuji though. He helped make
Oh,
that beat. Yeah, but
okay.
there's a couple other people that made it. Yeah. And we did a music video for it. At this past NPC. Um, we did one scene in front of a Whataburger, which is about the most Texas thing you can do. So definitely check out
That
the
was
music
that
video
song.
when you get a chance. Yeah,
That
that
shit
was
was
that song.
fucking hilarious. Now,
Whataburger, I'm really that logo.
speaking of NPC,
Yes, sir.
we're gonna go on a thing a little bit because this last three, the last song, Super Saiyan Girls, it was a very funny story that I'm gonna mention on this one, but I'm gonna wait to save that. Uh,
Okay, bet.
NPC. I didn't get to go. I had surgery. I had to get done with my knee. Talk about that
Oh
on Twitter.
man.
That shit sucked. Uh,
Yeah.
if y'all don't know, Texas is very sport heavy. If you don't play sports, a lot of time they don't fuck with you,
They
personally
don't fuck with
speaking.
you, man.
And I
Yeah.
played sports, and if you get hurt, you don't get hurt. You gonna play through
No,
it.
that's it.
Yeah, if you're hurt, no, you're not. Go back out on
No,
that
you're
field.
not.
So my knees is cooked. I
Put
have a
some
tweet
dirt
on
on
that. Yep.
it.
So how was NPC? Was it because I know you like I said you made some comments about it as well. Very fair comments with that price tag that it was because it
Yeah.
was sitting around $300 bugging.
Yeah.
Um, How was NPC? Because I heard y'all got drunk as shit. Personally speaking,
I did. So I did end up going, and I did end up getting pretty fucked up.
mhm.
I only went because they brought the price down to like like $30 the day of.
Oh
So
my,
we was just all like, oh well, fuck it. If it's $30, we'll pull up absolutely. And I'm not gonna lie, like the show itself was fire. I think as far as like the performances and stuff in general, probably the best one out of all the ones that I've kind of seen and been
mhm.
to. So I'll definitely give them that. I thought they used the venue well. It looked like everybody was having a good time.
Did they have
Um,
deodorant?
look, the section I was at, everyone over there, I knew they had their deodorant on. I don't know what some of the rest of the room had going on, but I know me and mines and everyone around us, we was so fresh, so clean.
Fair
So,
enough. Fair enough.
but yeah, now should it have been $300?
No.
I wouldn't say that. I wouldn't say that necessarily. But if you did spend that much, I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you had a great time. And I do also think going forward with NPC, we gonna have to do something about that price because that's kind of crazy. Like that's like Kendrick Lamar tickets. Like
That
that's
yeah, that is. I can't
you know
confirm.
what
I
I
did go to
mean?
that concert. That is roughly,
Yeah,
I think, the same price.
yeah. When I went to see him back on the damn tour, the tickets were like 100, 150 or something like that, and that was up in the nosebleed. So like,
If y'all didn't hear
yeah,
that first part, that is Gazdadon PR training when he talking about NPC.
you already know. They
That
ain't
shit
gonna
was
catch me
hilarious.
slipping on camera.
All right, man. All right, man. Getting back to the damn album because
Let's do this. Let's
we
do
gonna
this.
we gonna say some shit that's not gonna we not gonna get allowed to go back to NPC.
They gonna clip it.
Now you finished off the last one. Anybody with Savade and Jamar, which I thought was
Yes.
one of my favorites. Too Easy, that was definitely my favorite, JHB. And Super
Key.
Saiyan Girls with Jamar and then Jaren made the beat.
Key.
Now here's a great thing with Super Saiyan Girls is that I believe you sent it to me on a tweet to react to. I did.
Shit.
I did. I did. I got a full video out of it. YouTube crashed mid recording. Um,
Damn.
that is,
Damn.
and the sad thing is that is I think the third video. I don't know what going on with YouTube, but they don't like when I have to react to you
Man,
because
I don't know. They out for me or something.
bro, because Get Bucked almost got YouTube stopped working on Get Bucked when we did the stream. Uh, Super Saiyan Girls footage just corrupted. The whole thing corrupted.
Mm-mm.
And then there was another one. I'm trying to think. It was another one that you did. I can't remember off the top of my head. Did the whole reaction YouTube work perfectly fine? It got to the very end. Whole OBS shut down.
Yeah, I don't know what to tell you, man.
I'm like,
I'm
listen,
sorry.
I don't know what's going on.
Right.
Who'd you piss off? Who did I piss off? But we need to fix this.
We need to figure something out. Yeah, we need
Because
to do this first.
luckily Jinsakai worked really well.
That one went through. Yeah,
That
that
one
one
went
went
through.
through fine.
Now, with anybody with Savade and Jamar,
Yes.
what was because like the good thing with Jamar is that he's very versatile. Savade is also very versatile, but
Definitely.
you know what you're gonna get with you know what you're gonna get with both of
Right.
those artists. What was that thing where you just go, all right? Had the R&B little segment, had a R&B. It was cool for the ladies, a little couple songs and shit.
You know what I'm saying?
Let's finish off this shit how we go with Texas style. What was that kind of your like game plan with that? Was that
Basically, it was just like, all right, let me give y'all a second to breathe, and now we're gonna really bring it home with the rest of
mm-hmm,
the, like just really heavy rapping and just energy and all that. So with that song, again, shout out to Audie, he produced that track. I wanted to get for those of you who have heard the Dawn the Scarlet Crown trio back
mm-hmm,
together on a song for the album and bring them into my world where it is that that Texas vibe, that Southern
mm-hmm,
vibe, and just still like do what they do normally, which is just rap their ass off, but just do it on that particular type of sound. And I think they did it in spades. There's not really like a hook or anything on it. It's
mm-hmm.
just really just rapping. I wanted it to basically feel like a cipher. Was the idea for that song, and so shout out Audie, he went crazy on the beat. Survey went crazy. Jamar went crazy. I think I went pretty crazy. It's just heat, just nonstop heat for 3.5 minutes.
Hell yeah. Also, to give you a little bit of a thing, Mantra with Gods and Omega. I mean, you and Omega. Uh, I was gonna go into that in a little bit because I fucking love that song. That is your number
Mhm.
one on most popular for your Apple Music now.
Oh, word.
It just dropped
Hey, I'll
yesterday.
take that. Now, you know what? I'll take that. I'll take that. I'm
Yeah.
glad people like that song. Shout out Galaxy.
Now you had the last two when it was Too Easy with JHB, which I'm not gonna lie. Have y'all made a song together before?
That was our
That
first
was the
song
first one.
together.
That was a
That was
duo that
our
I
first song
think people needed but didn't know they needed because that was
together.
y'all. The chemistry worked really well on that one.
Yeah.
And so, what was the process on that one, with the mindset and
Yeah.
process on that?
So that song, SOS DOSOS made the beat for that. I got a beat pack from him
That boy nasty.
last year. That boy nasty. I
Yes.
got a beat pack from him last year, and I was just like, just send me just like some really like southern slash Memphis style shit.
Mm-hmm.
And so he gave me like 5 or 6 beats. And I just never used all of them. I think out of those beats, there's only been two that I have like released songs out on, and one of them is Too Easy. The other one is Mask On Freestyle.
Mm-hmm.
So I knew I was like, this beat, I have to use this beat because it's too crazy. It has to fit on the album somehow. Um, and then it was just kind of figuring out who I wanted on it. So I cycled through a couple different names in my head. At first, it was going to be one feature, then it was going to be two features, and I just kind of went back and forth a lot.
Mm-hmm.
But I just kind of figured like you said, like me and JHB, we haven't worked together. We got a lot of respect for each other. I've met him a couple times. Really great guy, really great dude. And so it felt only right that just to like finally get him on a track with me and
Mm-hmm.
like actually doing something together. And like you said, man, I just think the chemistry worked really well. I think the way he built off of what I was able to do
Mm-hmm.
was really strong. I thought he went crazy. And I love that little kind of rhyme scheme I did near the second half of my verse.
Mm-hmm.
I just love the way it all came together, and then just the way it ended as well with the beat shifting into that lower
Yeah.
pitch and everything. I thought it was a banger.
Hell yeah. Cause like I said, yeah, that was my favorite one. By like
Mm,
by
yeah,
that was a 10 for sure. 10 out of 10.
yeah, yeah,
Now with Super Saiyan Grills, like we said, like
yes.
Jamar is very versatile. Jamar can fit probably whatever he needs to do. And
Mm-hmm.
then with Jaren is funny as hell. By the way, I'm sorry. Jaren is funny as
Funny
hell.
ass dude.
What
Jaren's a
was
funny ass dude.
how did was that always supposed to be your very last song on the album? Was that a late addition to the album, or was that like as soon as you made it, you're like, yep, closure.
It was that. It was basically that. Like the second at first, because when I was like thinking of the song in my head, I
Mm-hmm.
knew I wanted that particular sample.
Mm-hmm.
It's the same sample as Life We Live by Project Pat.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, I wanted to take that same sample and kind of flip it to modern times, like more for the modern day.
Mm-hmm.
So when I kind of had the idea in general at first, I was like, this is either going to be like the centerpiece of the album, like smack dab in the middle where everything kind of comes together, or it's going to be what closes the album, just kind of depending on um how the beat comes together and what I'm able to do with the hook or
Mm-hmm.
whatever. And so the second Jaren sent back what he did, I was like, this is the closer. Like
This
this
is
is
the
what's gonna
closer.
end the album. This is the end credits. Like this is where it has to be. Um that's honestly one of my, if not my favorite song that I have made. It's my personal favorite song
Yeah.
on the project. Might not even necessarily be like the best, but it's my favorite just because I
Mm-hmm.
love like how cinematic it felt. I love the hook on that. I think Jamar was really saucy with his part, and I just think with like my verse and everything, it was just on some real shit that I
Yeah.
was just talking about. Um,
No, you
I
was
think
spitting
that
for sure.
Thank you, appreciate it. Which that one was fun to perform live. I did that back in July. Mark Cooper had on the Nerdovation showcase that I got to perform in. That song went up. Love the hook on it. Love the way it all came together. Just I like making songs that feel like they could be in movies, and that is definitely a song that felt like to me it could have been in like a movie or something.
Mm-hmm.
And so I just love it so much.
Hell yeah, man. I mean, like I said, it was a lot of those albums felt like it could be in either movie or TV shows. I
I
think
appreciate it.
that's what really, that's what in my personal opinion, people could say differently. Kind of feels like that's how it should be a lot of times with a lot of music.
Definitely,
Uh,
definitely.
gives it a little bit of a story, a little bit of a mindset to it.
Yeah, a lot more personality.
Now I got a bone to pick with you though, because I was fucking confused doing this shit. Speaking of mantra, uh, or mantra, what the fuck the song is called?
I think it's mantra.
Yeah,
Yeah.
what the fuck did you say at the very start of that song? Very start of your verse?
Oh, rolling over, Red Rover, Red Rover.
Because all I heard was rove, 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 rove. I swear to God, and I heard rove on the end. I don't. If you peep the reaction, I think I literally said this. I don't know what the fuck he said, but it sounded good, so we can keep on going.
There we
So
go.
I just
I'll
wanted
take that.
clarification on that part because I was
For sure.
clueless as shit. I,
It was quick as shit. I just
yeah,
Galaxy basically told me like, hey, take the same rhyme scheme and carry it over to your verse, but he's already like rapping crazy, so I was like, fuck, I gotta keep up that
now I
energy
gotta keep it up.
somehow. Off jump.
Hell yeah, hell yeah. Now we're gonna go, and I'm gonna go, and we're gonna go in a little bit of a detail with gods. This is gonna be the final part of it because we did really want to talk about the album, which I did love the album.
Definitely. Yeah, me too.
Link will be in the description for the album. I made sure
Go
for
ahead
that
and run
one.
that up if you haven't already.
Other shit will probably not be in the description. I forget. Uh,
We
but
got one.
how was it? Because obviously in Texas is a lot different. Like I said, it's been you play sports, you're very smart, or you do stuff that we don't talk about legally. Uh, so how was it going on and going? Because you said you went to Sam Houston, you said you went to the music club. How was it going straight? Like, yeah, I'm gonna do music. I'm gonna focus on music. I fuck with. I'm good at it. What was that? When did you know? And what was that? What was your thought process? If you could remember, obviously, what was that thought process
Yeah.
when you were like, yeah, I think I'm gonna do this, and this is gonna be my career.
So just being in college, it just for some people it works really well for them. For me, it didn't. I just felt myself just slowly like losing my mind, basically, just
Real.
like being in that environment and everything. Because I started off majoring in music,
Mm-hmm.
because I am a trained musician and everything. So I started off like studying music, but it was like the specific major that I had. It was like, all right, you have to learn how to play piano. You got to learn how to play the guitar. You got to be good at. You got to practice your main instrument that you already have. Also, you got to know how to do percussion. Also, you got to do all your regular music classes along with your regular college classes. So I'm like, this is a lot for me to
Yeah.
like, and it just made music very not enjoyable for me,
Mm-hmm.
which broke me. And then I transitioned to because I had just had the mindset of just like, okay, you know what, I'm gonna finish college, I'm gonna finish, just get my degree, whatever the fuck, and then just call it a day. I'll just get my degree and whatever.
Yeah.
No, any degree is better than no degree. So I transitioned over to general business just because it's like, it's just
That's the one.
standard business stuff.
Yeah, that's the one you do
Yeah,
if you don't know what you want to do. Uh,
exactly. So I was like, okay, I'll just do this. And that one, it drove me. That's what really just drove me crazy. It was just like, because it's just very much just, it's all numbers,
mhm.
it's all business talk, it's all like, just all like nothing creative at all involved with talking about like general business stuff. And it just caused me to just like, I felt bad. Like, I just really felt my soul and my heart
Mhm.
just kind of just drain all of my energy in my body. So I was like, I need to like, I'm too creative of a person mentally and just like in my spirit and everything to like make this my life. I
Mhm.
have to do something related to music. Like, I have to, or else I'm not gonna
Be able
reach the
to.
level of
Mhm.
happiness that I want.
And look how it worked. Now you're making music.
Exactly. And now I'm not. I'd say I'm doing pretty all right if I say so myself.
Hell yeah, man. Now we're gonna finish this off with a two-parter. Uh, is there any plans? Obviously, you said you probably gonna have a project coming out a while ago, a while later. Is there any
Mm-hmm.
plans the rest of the year? Anything that you can talk about that's coming the rest of the year, especially for Droptober? I know we only have like a month left. We have like a week left. Is there anything that you could talk about that's coming out soon?
Yeah, so obviously the Nerdcore charity concert, I will be partaking in that. So be on the lookout for that on the 26th. As far as like releases for Droptober, I actually did a little bit of recording today.
Mm-hmm.
I do want to have a couple songs out before the month ends. If not, they will be 100% out early next month, but I do want to have at least I'm shooting for 2 tracks out by the end of this month.
Mm-hmm.
Um drastically less than what I've done in previous Droptobers, but
You
had a
just
lot
dropped an
going on.
album, yeah.
I did just drop an album. I'm really just kind of trying to make that be the thing for the rest of the year.
Mm-hmm.
But I just got some songs that I did for me that I want people to hear as well. So be on the lookout for that. And then yeah, next year will be another full length project. I have a couple ideas as far as like what I want to do. It's just figuring out which one I really want to lock in
Hey, give me on the ad libs, man.
So I got yeah, bro. I got you. I got you. Yeah, you could do an interlude.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Alright, man. Hell yeah. So when that comes out, hopefully for the love of God, YouTube doesn't crash. I'm gonna need
Fingers
that.
crossed.
I'm gonna need that early link. Fingers crossed.
I
Uh,
got you.
hell yeah. Now, is there anything you want to say towards people, towards I don't know, towards me, whoever, your fans, whatever? Is there anything you want to say to finish off the interview?
First of all, my cats come to pay a visit, so hello.
Hello.
Everyone say hello to Leela. You can go over there now, sweetie. Um, First of all, I just want to thank you again for taking some time out your day to be able to just kind of have this conversation, talk about the album, talk
Mhm.
about my music career and everything like that. You've had great interviews in the past with just the rest of the gang, of course, and just the rest of the community in general. So appreciate you for everything that you do.
Love.
Um, Underground Comedy Chapter 2 is available on all streaming platforms right now. I am trying to get it to 5,000 streams on Spotify. Once I hit that goal, that's when I'm really going to start to get the ball rolling on dropping the deluxe. So be on the lookout for that. And then follow me on YouTube, Gods the Dawn, Twitter at Gods the Dawn, TikTok, Gods the Dawn. I'm trying to be more active on TikTok and love the culture, man. Just love music. Like if you are consider yourself a music fan, someone who makes music, a musician or anything like that, just make sure you're doing it for the love, man. Don't just do it because people around you are doing it or
Mhm.
because it just seems kind of fun. Like really have a love for this shit. Really appreciate what you're doing and realize kind of just what the greatness is that you're contributing to by being part of music in the community.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. Like I said, hey, I appreciate you as well. This has been fun. The good thing is that unlike other people, I didn't have to worry about East Coast time since we're in the same fucking
Man,
area. Thank
yeah.
God. Uh, because if I would have said 8 East Coast time, I'd be cooked. Uh,
You'll be cooked.
but I appreciate you. Like you said, Underground Comedy 2 is out everywhere. Check everywhere, even for SoundCloud, I believe. Right? Please tell me it's on SoundCloud.
Uh, it's not on SoundCloud. Sorry,
God dang, I wanted.
I gotta get some type of money.
That's fair. That's fair. I'm sorry, y'all. Get Spotify. Uh,
Get Spotify.
if you're in college, half off. Uh, get Spotify, get Apple Music, on YouTube. You can just type in
It's
Guys
on
on
YouTube.
yeah, type in
It's
all
on
that.
YouTube.
Make sure you do all that. Make sure you check out other reactions if I put it in the description. If not, scroll down my page. So make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe, go follow the Twitch, sub up to the Twitch. I'm trying to get paid as well.
We all
Trying to
ain't
get some
trying to.
money.
You know what I'm saying?
Make sure I like, comment, subscribe. We out. Peace.
Peace.